I the asshole?
Am I the asshole? So, am I the asshole for banning my brother-in-law from my house because he thought it would be funny to give me a big box of condoms as a welcome home present? I moved back home after 4 months, and my brother-in-law said that he had a welcome home gift for me, and he insisted that I open it in front of everyone. The gift was a big box full of condoms. I was mortified since I opened it in front of everybody, including my husband's parents, and my brother-in-law made it a million times worse by cracking a joke about how frustrated my husband has been for the last 4 months, and I had some making up to do so he would stop being such a pain in the ass. He kept laughing and laughing like it was the funniest thing in the world, and I started to get angry. I told him he was an immature idiot and made him leave. He kept saying it was just a joke, so I told him I wasn't joking and he needed to get out and not come back for a month. Nice little time limit on that. He wouldn't leave until my husband made him. My brother-in-law keeps texting me that he's so sorry, and my husband thinks I'm being harsh by banning him for a month over a dumb joke. Am I the asshole?
Yes and no. Yes and no, you are the asshole. Okay. No, you're not the asshole in feeling annoyed by this comment. So, like, I didn't catch the context of why she spends so much time away from home, but
It didn't say.
yeah, so she comes home after 3 or 4 months, box of condoms, ha ha ha. Her brother-in-law giving her the box of condoms puts the joke or like the whatever, the commentary on her being gone, not any focus on how much of a dickhead the husband has been since he hasn't been getting his dick wet for all of 3 months. So I can understand where the joke comes from. I understand what the brother-in-law is trying to say, but he meant or should have meant to make that joke toward the brother for being an unwelcoming, maybe less than personable person over the last few months. It's not his wife's fault that she's out doing whatever and her husband's grumpy that he's not getting a nut. So I don't fault her for being upset with her dumbass brother-in-law making shitty jokes in the first place. But I will say the kind of yes, you are an asshole thing is like, I assume you know this guy. He is your brother-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
You probably are familiar with his shitty sense of humor or his inability to land a joke. Like, I imagine he's the type of guy who's like, this is going to be so funny that he gets tunnel vision on the stupid shit that he thinks about or says that he's going to do. If he thought about it for 30 more seconds afterwards and been like, actually, it's not cool to rip on my sister-in-law who's done nothing wrong. It's actually way funnier to rip on my blood-related brother who's been acting like a dickhead to me. And here's a bunch of condoms. Go fuck your wife because you've been inapproachable. Like, that should have been the joke if you put it in more, like 30 more seconds, right?
Mm.
She should know that she married into a family of fucking idiots and adjust her expectations accordingly. I mean, is it that bad of a joke? I don't think so. It's not like he, demeaned her in like a way that is like an attack on her personality or who she is as a person. It's just that she hasn't been around to have sex with her now grumpy husband. Ha ha ha. Maybe the fact that she's so bothered by it speaks to a deeper issue that she has got going on with her husband. That's possible. And that's why she's taking this a little bit more personally and kicking dude out and all that. But dude, you knew what you were marrying. All right. Your brother-in-law's got a shitty sense of humor. You know it's going to upset your husband to not be able to communicate with his brother. Just, I think you're the asshole for a little bit of the asshole for just not being able to come to terms with that and accept it and move on past this crappy joke your brother-in-law made.
What about you, Raysean?
Okay. See, I feel like I have a similar feel as Kyle where I'm thinking you're not the asshole because I can understand, I guess, how you could feel, I guess, in that situation. But I feel like he made so many statements to refer to the husband more. Like, I feel like the gift should have been gave to the husband.
Exactly.
I feel like that's
the common sense joke. Make fun of your brother for being grumpy that his wife hasn't been around for 3 months. Don't make fun of the wife. What'd she do wrong? She's been gone.
Yeah, I feel like that would have worked better in that retrospect. But also, I feel like, I wonder what their relationship is for him to believe he could do that joke to her. Like, it must be something there.
That's true too.
For him to be like, okay, because I don't think this is a normal joke you just do to anybody. You know what I mean? So I feel like there has to be some context there. And I feel like something you said after that is like, maybe there's something underlying there to the fact that maybe she don't want to sleep with her husband or something. Maybe she's at work or something, or maybe something else is going on. So that's where I'm kind of thinking maybe that's the route they're going, because I think it's weird that you would ban them, especially if you married, and if you, yeah, you're married to him, he's your brother-in-law, so you have heard their family tell cool jokes like this before. So
did you say cool
know.
jokes or cruel jokes? Because if you said cool jokes, that's a wicked funny.
I meant to say jokes, just jokes that were all.
Got it. Yeah, dude, I'm with you. I think maybe there could be some like she takes this as a personal affront because she knows that she's gone for 3 or 4 months at a time and she's no worse for wear and she's fine not fucking her husband because she doesn't have a good relationship with him anyway. So she comes home to this response of, here's a box of condoms, you got some stuff to catch up on. I'd be like, dude, fuck you, get out of my house too. Maybe she's not the asshole. I changed my mind. Never mind.
Yeah, I don't think she's the asshole personally, but that's because I feel like, I mean, she didn't make any reference to why she was gone, and I don't really think that it matters. But even if it wasn't intended, the joke kind of makes it seem like the only reason why the husband's excited to have her back, or like the only reason why she's back is to sexually please her husband. Like, oh, so no one missed her as a person? Like, no one, you know what I mean? And that would bother me. And I know that I seem like super, I'm like an open-minded person and I don't feel weird talking about sex, but I don't really like when like my family would ever talk to me about my sex life. Like, gives me the creeps. Like, it's none of your business.
That is a big part of the story too for this person. The part of the memory is that he did this joke in front of everybody in their family and whatever, like your in-laws or your parents potentially. That's another level of mortifying.
That makes me feel uncomfortable, and I don't like that. I think that she has every right to be angry. I think it's kind of immature to like kick someone out of your house for a month. Like, you can't come to my house for a month. Like, have a conversation with them and set some boundaries. But I don't necessarily think she's an asshole. I think the whole situation was just kind of like not great.
Not great at all. But you know what? Now that she's established at least the one boundary, hopefully homeboy will know not to say such rude shit to his sister-in-law the next time he's allowed to come back over. Maybe she needed to do this. Maybe she needed to be a little bit of an asshole to like really assert herself and set up that boundary. And you know what, dude?
Yeah.
Kudos to her, because fuck that dude. He doesn't even know how to make a goddamn good joke. Get out of here.
No, it's not funny. You're not funny.
Condoms because you need to have sex.
Hilarious. You know what's the funniest thing ever? Condoms.
Boners. Boner gloves.
It's a wiener. Look at that.
You know, one thing I was thinking, just to help him out though.
Which one?
The brother-in-law.
Okay.
Since he is his brother husband, he does know information that the husband is telling him about his wife. So that's something that is there. He could be doing this joke as more as less. He's probably about to divorce you because your guys are not having sex.
Oh, well in that case, that makes the joke even more fucked up.
Yeah, talk about that in private. Go to couples therapy.
I'm just throwing it out there. It could be like I'm trying to help you out, but I'm just not a nice person, you know.
Raysean, your brother and you are fairly close in age, right?
Yep.
How many years difference?
3.
3 years. All right. Have you ever come home with a story about a girl to tell him, or vice versa? He's come home and like vented to you about a girl and how it's not going well or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like they just give up details like that. Maybe this is.
And you would give him a box of condoms.
This is like, legitimately a question from my end because all of my siblings are not close enough in age to me to ever have those types of conversations with them. So I don't know what it's like to have a close sibling like that to tell people stuff like that. Like I keep everything to myself anyway, especially in regards to relationships. Like if things get a little more hopeful or serious, maybe, which doesn't really happen. That's when I start talking to people within my friends and family about it. But if I'm in a serious relationship with somebody, it's not going well. Like I don't know if I've got people who I'd be like, yeah, we're not fucking. So she goes away for 4 months at a time. Why don't you send a message with a box of condoms when she comes home? That'd be hilarious.
So funny.
I mean, me and my brother we talk about a lot of different stuff, like when him and his girlfriend broke up, why, and all this stuff. But a lot of people just call me more like a counselor because I'm just one of those people who will listen to anything. So
that's true, man. I send you long ass minute long voice memos at like 6 a clip sometimes, and you listen to all of them, or at least you say you do, and you act like you know what I said. So that's really important to me. Thank you.
Oh, you hilarious, Kyle.
All right, so this lady's not an asshole, right? Is that
I
it?
don't think she's the asshole. No.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
I forget how this goes. 1, 2,
One,
3.
two,
You're
three.
not
the
the
asshole.
asshole. This is very hard to do because of the delay through Zoom, but I'm sure I can make it work in editing. Not the asshole.
Not the asshole.
Asshole.
Fab.
Cool, man. So that's going to do it for another episode of the Advice Pod. Want to say thank you again for Raysean and Kelly. My name is Kyle. Thank you for checking this out. Make sure you rate and subscribe wherever you listen to your podcasts. Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, all the places. Recommend it to your friends. That's how we help this show grow, is by you sharing it with your friends if you had a good time today. Please share it with your buddies and leave a review on whatever podcast app you use. That also helps other people know that we're not complete chuckleheads.
Oh my God, chuckleheads.
I'm kind of a chucklehead. I mean, look at me.
I love
You guys, great people. But I'm like the perfect chucklehead dichotomy to your great people majority.
What does that mean? Chucklehead. I'm gonna
Chucklehead?
Google that.
All right. Yeah, we're going to go Google chucklehead, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Peace.